Welcome to a great episode, guys. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. What is the topic of our incredible podcast for today? Inflammation / disorders, Mother Earth, and earthing. So what do they all have to do with each other? So I just wanted to bring up, guys, that obviously for a long time now, and I'll bring in a period that obviously will help us to see when it all started. Easily from the time that houses are just using so much synthetic equipment, so many units are being built, guys. What's the disharmony with units? They have no connection with the earth. They're so far from the earth, guys. But the downfall, as obviously modernisation, and we got brought into office jobs and so forth and other jobs, we got disconnected from being with Mother Earth every day. Is it a bad thing, guys? Well, I'll let you decide very shortly as we go on with the talk. But then shoes came in. The shoes of long ago were really cool, but you had to take good care of them or they fell apart. They were leather shoes made from an animal. So when you wear them, you're still making contact with the ground because the energy of the ground still transfers in through your feet. So then synthetic shoes and rubbers insulated us from the ground. We're inside, we're up in our units, we're in cars, they've got rubber. We don't touch the ground anymore. Is it a coincidence, since all these things came about, that since then we've had untold inflammation in our bodies, disorders like Alzheimer's, dementia, autism, ADHD, you name it, is on the increase on levels never seen before? And what do most people come up with? Oh, it's because there's more information these days. That was always around on that level. I'm telling you now, it wasn't around on those levels. So obviously in my cancer talk, and the cancer talk, guys, if you ever go back on it, it starts us on the history of why things are on the rise. I covered one of the biological issues: our food, our water, the chemicals around us. The chemicals, guys, and sorry for rubbing my eye, it's just a bit itchy, so I just get that out of the way. The chemicals we put out on ourselves unknowingly. Sunscreens, creams, shampoos, conditioners, toothpaste, stuff we wash our sinks down with, our toilet, wipe down our benches and so forth, bombarding our bodies, our microbiome, our brain, our heart, our gut connection. But one of the biggest things before that, that was the second biggest, together they are one big problem, is our disconnection from the earth. The disconnection from the earth. Let's go into how our bodies work, why we need Mother Earth, why she's not a separate entity or separate being or separate individual. Our fridges, guys, our washing machines, our so forth, our utilities forever. All electricians have known they need to be earthed, because as they're drawing electricity to do their job, they're filling themselves with positive charge. If that positive charge is not offloaded, there will be dysregulation and overheating. Simple. What happens in our human bodies, guys? In our human bodies, as we eat and as we drink, we go through a process of ATP and we make photons. Photons help the cells to do their job. It is a positively charged energy. So since we've been disconnected from the earth, guys, we have nothing as our fridges, as our washing machine, as our TV to stop the increase of the positive charge, just rising and rising and rising until your appliance just melts down The appliance just overheats and packs it in. That's what's been happening to our human bodies, guys. Mother Earth is part of us. And why am I doing this talk? I want you to know why inflammation and so forth, all the negative things are on the increase and what you can do. So, as we were and as we should, because it's good for us, and it's not just good for us because it's keeping us physically healthy, as we touch the ground with our feet, as we sit on it, but also as we make connection with the sun. And guys, I won't go into the sun aspect, but I'll cover a little bit of it. The sun's not our enemy. And, you know, so many of the media aspect and of the hospitals and medical field, please always cover yourself up. The sun's out to get us. Sunscreen yourself to the brim. The only reason you get sun skin cancer, guys, is because your body is full of inflammation and full of chemicals and dysregulation. So then when the sun is doing its natural process with your body and converting it into good energy, it draws out all those things and dysregulation, and it causes skin cancer. Skin cancer wasn't happening on off the scale limits as it was today, guys. So we need our sun. It's part of us. The oceans are part of helping keep the energy balance on our dear Mother Earth. So if you get the chance, so cool for so many surfers, they get to be in the ocean. They're helping their bodies get rid of the excess charge of photons that has reached its limits, and it needs the other half. It needs Mother Earth. She is one part of us. I would draw her as she is our stomach, she is our heart, she is our brain, but we just think of her as a separate being now. Do we need her? Yes, we do. Without us making contact more and more all the time on the earth, we can't get rid of that positive charge. So if you can, guys, the simplest way is just go and take your shoes off. If you're up in a unit, go down and just hop on some grass. You don't have to stand if you're tired. Sit on the grass. And the negative energy from the earth that is absolutely on huge scales because of the sun coming down on the soil itself in the center of Mother Earth radiating the energy needed to get rid of the too much excess of positive charge is everywhere. And as I do a lot myself, I just love, and I don't just do it because it's a health benefit. I like touching trees. I like to feel their energy, and each tree is an individual, like we're individuals. They have different personalities, guys. But by touching the tree, they hold more negative charge than just standing on the earth by 100-fold. So as you touch the tree and your feet are on the ground, you're absorbing what's needed to discharge the positive charge in your bodies. And it's called electrons. Electrons is full of Mother Earth. We are one biological being. She is part of us. And some people might go, oh yeah, no, that's a theory. You look at animals in the wild, even up to today, they don't have the issues that we have. They don't have cancer on levels we have. They don't have neurological disorders as we have. They don't have autism. They don't have dysregulation because they're always with the earth. Animals that unfortunately, due to us not knowing, that are with us, are on the same level as us because we bring them into our homes. And unfortunately, due to not knowing and so forth, we keep them inside. They're on synthetic stuff all the time. They're absorbing the toxins that we're absorbing. You're giving them food that is nothing like they used to eat in the natural and wild with biscuits and so forth, even though they claim all the nourishment's in the biscuits. And They're on the same level as us. They're sick all the time. They've got cancer. They've got dysregulations. They've got mood disorders. They've got anxiety and depression. It is a fact. You look at animals in the wild, they don't have depression. But also, guys, animal gets hunted by another animal. A lion, a deer, it runs for its life. It drops that adrenaline, which gets the cortisol levels sparked up so it can get out of there. Boom! At the end of it, it's still for a little while. It's like pumping. How come it just doesn't keep pumping? Or it plays over and over. And you might say, oh, it's an animal. Animals are different than humans, but they're not in many ways. It's able to let go of that high stress and flight situation and trauma, because it was a trauma of some sort. It was scared. It was running for its life. It might have copped a bite, a claw, and it's like, my goodness. But it's able to let go of that trauma because it's connected to the earth, and the trauma is discharged back into the earth, where the earth absorbs that trauma. And that's why humans have so much trauma and mental issues in their life, is because Mother Earth has no trauma. She is so big, she knows how to absorb it and get on. And so do the animals. They get on. Within an hour or so, it's finished. It's not like humans who somebody might have ticked them off or done wrong by them. They hold on to it. Resentment. I can't believe this. Years later. If we just reconnected to Earth, guys, this would finish. I try to as much as I can, even though I'm stuck in a unit, guys. I went on my travel journey looking for places and locations on the earth that are so beautiful, biologically clean and gentle and true and everywhere. I found my place, guys. I found my place, and probably one of many places. It doesn't mean it has to be the only place, but I finally felt a place on the earth. I felt at home. I felt it. When I was there, I was like, I am home. And everything, because it was a tropical island that hasn't been bastardized by money, by hotels, by skyscrapers, by let's make money out of the beauty out of it and put infrastructure and everything around it. I was always pretty much, except when I was on my motorbike, because I wear shoes and the protective gear and a helmet, because if you come off, you want to protect yourself. You don't want to be stupid. But apart from that, I was always touching the ground barefoot. I was always on the beach, going for a swim in the most beautiful tropical water. And what did I start seeing as that happened? My sleep improved incredibly, more than I've seen in years in the environment we're in, because of the positive charge leaving your body. And Mother Earth just saying, out of love, I'm just pulling it in. And then putting in the electrons needed to compensate and cause the balance so I don't overstimulate myself and build up inflammation and an oxidative stress. As I connect out of love, because I love being with nature, I've always known it, and I lost it for a long time due to all the teachings and going to school and getting lost in media and social media and TV and just thinking that's life. My mum said, did you know when you were very, very little, I used to take you to Man Tambourine a lot? Because I liked it, but you would just wander off as a very young child and just be with nature. And that was your satisfaction. You just went. And you just touched plants and sat with them and touched trees, and you were fine. You were just like at your happiest. And I was like, I didn't recall it. And I was like, okay, is it just a one-off thing with me? No, it's the way we're all built. That's why when people go to magical places, let's just say one of them, the Grand Canyon, even if they're so disconnected for a period of time, even if it's seconds, they just go, whoa. Their senses of the connection of being one with Mother Earth takes them back and goes, do you know and remember? And they go, man, that is incredible. That's because we were once one. And as I spent time with plants and so forth, I had some really cool stuff happen, guys, for myself. I had a tropical fish about this size as I went in. And I went out probably up to, say my shoulder blades. He was sitting in front of me in the clear water, and I'm like, okay, just random thing. This fish stayed with me the whole 45 minutes I was out there, and everywhere I went, it went. But it was wanting the connection. So I gave it all my time, and it just played. As it felt safe, as it went behind me, went through my legs, it drawed close, it let me touch it multiple times gently, and it just went, okay, I'm with you. You're my friend. And it followed me all the way as I went back in to get out of the water. It followed me pretty much to the end. And you're going to go, well, that's probably just a coincidence. Then birds of different varieties started landing next to me. I mean next to me, and just looking at me and just talking in whatever, obviously, high notes and so forth they do out of joy. But it happened 2-3 times. And it happened with a friend of mine who was with me. We're on an island, and this cool bird, it makes like these alarm sound noises. It sounds like an alarm, like, and it got really close, and then it brought a friend, but they were both just wanting to be with me. And even my friend goes, what the heck is that? That's some strange stuff. I knew what it was. As we connect back with Earth, Mother Earth goes, I never left you. It's due to the teachings and the dysregulation of the negative energy on this planet that's caused you to move away from me, but we are one. So guys, I just wanted to cover earthing, what earthing really is and why inflammation is so high. And it is the number one cause, apart from number 2 cause, food, water, chemicals, and so forth. So I'm just going to wrap up the talk, guys. So earthing, Mother Earth, she is very much a part of us. As I said, we are one. We just, unfortunately, due to modernization and teachings, have become 2 separate beings. But if you reconnect to her, things will change incredibly. And I've seen so many people, including myself in the past, you're always looking for other things or courses I can do to build up my knowledge, to build up my confidence, to help me heal, to help me get rid of pain and suffering, to get rid of trauma. I truly believe, and I have seen for myself, the more you are and connect with Mother Earth from your heart first, and then your mind, and then the rest of your being with feelings and emotions, all the negative things and the traumas, they start disappearing. They literally go. She pulls them into herself and she deals with them, and the body lets go. Now, if you unfortunately don't have time, you go, I just don't have any time due to my work schedule and so forth of life, but I would love to start doing something. There is things you can do, but I can't over stress the connection of being with the earth. And even if on the weekend you can get away for half an hour or so. And a lot of places have really large park areas, like big, like full of trees. Just go and spend a half an hour and just sit on the ground and just be with nature. But if you can't, guys, I would like to recommend, and I've got a note, so I do read notes. The company is called ultimately.longevity.com. Now, the person who founded this is Clint Ober. He is the founder of earthing. He, a long time, he's an old fella now, but he's still very cluey. He was always in the electrical field business, doing stuff for 20 years, and he just didn't get it. Even though he's always earthing machinery and house appliances, and then he started seeing so many people getting sick, and himself, and he's like, what is that? Why is there so much inflammation in the body? And through him connecting with the earth, but he did his own studies. And he's got a book called the Earthing Book. There's also the Earthing movie. And he goes through what he started finding back then. And then he went to a university and he said, listen, I've started finding these things and I'm seeing people who've got all sorts of illnesses get better really quick and the inflammation's leaving. And the university went, what? Buddy, get out of here. This is stupid. Anyway, he started working with people and he went to a hairdresser and he said, hey, listen, have you got 5 or 10 people that might have this, and they would like to feel better and not feel the pain? And she goes, leave it with me, honey. Come back to me because there's a small place. Oh yeah, I've got 5 and 10 for you. Then they went and he connected them with a rod and a special appliance that he started making just as a trial and connecting it directly into the earth. And half an hour to an hour to an hour and a half, this person being connected straight to the earth, their inflammation and pain disappeared for the first time, some in 2 years, some in 10, some in 15, some in 20. And they're like, what is that? And he goes, it's working. And then unfortunately, these people said, well, I don't want to go home and start feeling pain again. Can I bring whatever you just created here home with me? And he goes, not really. I'm just doing this to see what it is. And they said, well, you can't send us home without anything. So he started creating earthing sheets from those products, not because he was looking at creating something just to make some dollars, as unfortunately a lot of earthing products are, and they got nothing to do with earthing and they're useless. He was doing it because he started seeing on himself that it worked. And he first got the first night good sleep he had in a long time, and then pain started leaving his body. And he's 84 and he still does an 8-hour day without help. So anyway, he went back to the university and they said, listen, you get us, I don't know, it was 50, 100 people. We'll work with you. If these 50 or 100 people have positive outcomes, then we'll look into it. So anyway, they got the 50 and so forth together. All of them started showing incredible signs of inflammation lowering, and the university went, there's something going on. And then they kept it going. And then obviously he became the founder of earthing and how it works. And that's why he has an earthing book. And also he has an earthing video, incredible video to watch. It's just part of biology. It's not a maybe or if or possibly. It works because it's part of us. But like I said, if you look up his company, because you just can't get to it, ultimatelongevity.com, his products are the first products, and he created them out of love, not because he thought he was going to make a product and sell hundreds or thousands of them. And then it just took off, and then he was like, well, I've already created something so great that's helping people. I'm not going to stop. So you can buy a bed sheet, you can buy a mat so you just stand on it, you can buy a blanket that you just put on your couch and so forth, and you just sit on it. But everyone who's used it, we're talking thousands of cases have all gone, I've started feeling better within the first day. In the weeks and the months, it just got better and better because they're getting rid of that positive charge that's held in the body for too long, and it's dissipating. So if you can't get to it, order his products, guys. He throws in the book and the video for free because he just loves people and he wants them to know that us and the earth are one, and you can get rid of that inflammation. So that's why I just put those details in it. I hope you really enjoyed this great talk, guys. Thank you for sitting through another amazing podcast, and we'll be back together soon with some other incredible topics. See you soon, guys.